Well, look, Honey Rose is back with us. And she found a whole bunch of her dog items that she believes are part of our science unit. They're things that are matter, things that she found. In fact, I think, Honey Rose, most of the things that you found are solids. Do you know that? There's a lot of solids in here that I can see, but you're right. According to the reading we're looking at today, these things are what's called matter. Nice work, Honey Rose. Well, let's take a look later and see if you can do some sorting like the kids did yesterday. Let's take a look at this reading that Honey Rose is starting on. It's titled, What is Matter? Everything around you is made of matter. Matter can be soft or hard. Matter can be any color. It can even be invisible. Here's a picture of these kids in a classroom, and it says, everything in your classroom is made of matter. So I suppose that's true of things around our house. Everything in our house is also made of matter. And Honey Rose definitely found things that were matter. It says, what are the three states of matter? 3 states of matter. I wonder if that's what Honey Rose was talking about when she and I were looking at this at the beginning. And I told her that most of the things that she found were solids. I bet you that's what that means. Well, sure enough, Honey Rose has started another page in her reader's notebooks. She titled this one, Matter, across the top. And there's a definition right at the beginning here. It says, matter equals anything that takes up space and has mass. Everything around us is made of matter. That's her first note. And you can see the pictures. We have a solid, that's the baseball. We have the liquid, which is the glass of water. And then we have gas, which is in those balloons. Let's read on a little bit. It says, matter takes up space. It can be weighed. Solid objects are made of matter. So are liquids like water and gases like air. Solids, liquids, and gases are the 3 states of matter. There it is. It asks us this question, what are the 3 states of matter? And there it tells us right there in the reading, solids, liquids, and gases are the 3 states of matter. The picture has a caption that goes along with it. Do you remember that we have all kinds of text features in our reading? This one also has a text feature. It's a caption. Nonfiction reading has a lot of text features like this. It says, all matter takes up space and can be weighed. I wonder if that's what this word mass means, that it takes up space. Anything that takes up space and has mass takes up space and can be weighed. Oh, like it has something to it. It can be weighed. Like there's something there. It's weighable. But it's not exactly, mass is a little different than just weight. But for us to think of mass kind of like weight for now is probably going to be good enough. You can see there Honey Rose has added in another sentence in her notes. She put, there are 3 states of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. As you remember with Mr. Van Horn, we started to look at different states of matter, their properties, what they were made up of. And this word states, let's not get confused. When it says 3 states, that's not like, Minnesota, Wisconsin. 3 states, maybe think of that word meaning things like 3 forms of matter or 3 types of matter. There's solids, liquids, and gases. Well, let's read on a little bit on this article about comparing solids. We see the picture there, once again, a text feature with a photograph. No caption though. Notice we don't have a caption along with this particular text feature. It says, solids are a kind of matter. They are things that have their own shape, okay? They do not flow like liquids do. You can see and touch solids. You can describe a solid by its, there's another good word, properties. Some of those properties are color, shape, size, and texture. Oh, another good word, texture down there. Bowling balls and tennis balls are both solids. Each has its own shape. You can see and touch both of them. Are they different? Well, sure. Let's compare, it says. Most tennis balls are yellow or green. I guess that's true. You can mostly find them in yellow or green. But they also come in many other colors too. Most bowling balls are black. Well, yes and no, but then it goes on. They come in many colors too. Both kinds of balls are round. They do, however, have very different sizes. Tennis balls are small. You can hold a tennis ball in one hand. A bowling ball is much, much bigger. It is also much heavier than a tennis ball. So, solids are a kind of matter. I don't know if you've noticed, but in this particular article, they did something by taking bowling balls and comparing them to tennis balls. Remember when we did compare and contrast before? That's exactly what they were just doing right here. Well, let's see if we add some more notes into Honey Rose's notebook. Another vocabulary word was added in then. Honey Rose put that properties equals things that belong or are part of something. So the properties of matter include size or shape or color, hardness. Notice I left the blank there after that comma because there's more than just these four. But that's a good start. That's kind of where we started yesterday when we started doing that sort with Mr. Van Horn's lesson. So we added in another one of our vocabulary words. Oh my gosh, Honey Rose, you are being so loud over there, and I think you're eating all the matter before we even get to our sort. Gee, Honey Rose, can you keep it down a little bit over there? We're working on our notes, the ones that you wrote earlier. Thanks, Honey Rose. So we just read about solids, and when we talked about solids, we also talked about that second word, properties. But let's go on now and read a little bit about liquids. We have another article here about solids and liquids, and it looks like they're doing that thing again where they're comparing and contrasting, talking about how solids and liquids are the same and how they're different. Again, we have a text feature of a picture. We have, of course, a title. That's always seems to be the case. We have a title. But again, no caption with this one. Well, let's read on. What do shoes, paper, and cheese all have in common? They are all, there's that word, solids. Solids are things that have a shape of their own. They do not flow like liquids do. Computers, trees, and soccer balls are all also solids. Liquids, though, do not keep their shape. A liquid can be poured into a container and will take the container's shape. Some examples of liquids are water and milk. Solids and liquids have something in common. Oh, here we go, comparing them, how they're the same. They are both states of matter. There's that word again, states of matter. I like the word types of matter because states always makes me think of an actual state. 3 types of matter. So they are both states of matter. Matter is everywhere. That's a key word. Yes, it's everywhere. It surrounds us. We can't escape from matter. It is what everything around us is. It is anything that takes up space and has mass. Mass is a measure of how much matter is in an object. All objects are made of matter. So there we go. Solids, they keep their shape. Liquids do not keep their shape. But both of them are states of matter. Well, we've now looked at a couple different readings today that go along with our unit about matter. We have a note page that I'll put in Canvas so that you can start to work on that. You can add in some notes to this with your teacher. But I want us to try, or at least give Honey Rose a chance, I should say, to try that sort, kind of like you did yesterday with Mr. Van Horn, where you had to sort some of your matter and tell why you sorted it the way you did. So let's take a look and see how Honey Rose would go ahead and sort this matter. Well, she did it. She took a break from her bone, and hopefully she didn't eat too much of our matter. Goodness sakes, Rosie. But it looks like she put one pile of matter over here, and she put a second pile of matter over there. Maybe that's kind of how you guessed that she was going to do it. Looks like she has some things over here that go together and some things over here that go together. The question is, I wonder why she sorted it the way she did. Well, maybe take a second now when we're done and talk to your teacher and figure out what was the sort? What was the way she went ahead and sorted this? Did she sort it by what property? Did she use color? Did she use shape? Did she use texture? Did she use size? Maybe hardness? Maybe that's what she did. Well, good luck with this today. I'll leave the notes on your Canvas page so you can also copy those down. I'm going to stop for today before Honey Rose decides to eat more of our matter. I can sense that she's ready to pounce on all this delicious matter. But see if you can figure it out. What's the sort? All right. Very good. Honey Rose, can you say goodbye? Maybe? No? Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.